Hello, hello, hello. Good day, good day, good day. Ooh, just checking to see if my notifications went out. Oh, yeah, it did, it did. People have been notified. Notified. I'm here, I'm live. So welcome everybody and thank you for joining me. I did a little Instagram live today. I went to the park, didn't go for a walk. Saw the mosquitoes, stayed in my car. The rain is great, but the rain brings mosquitoes. So, a little bit of wussiness there. Probably will go this afternoon. I'm just craving to be outdoors and out in nature. And doing that connection with nature. So today, couple things. I am now taking, if people are wanting to work with me for the next half of the year. So I am booking in one-on-one personal transformational coaching and mentoring. So if you are wanting to begin a mentorship, so we're starting to book now. So get a hold of me, see if we're a good fit, if what I'm doing and how my approach to it, and wanting to make shifts within your career, business, life design. And I want to support you, right? The insight and international process to hold and guide them. So that's what I've started. And that's where my flow is starting to go. So we are wanting to bring in, and I like to have a little chat before we book in to see if it's a good fit. So get a hold of me either through, Facebook Messenger, or you can email the Guru Mama at gmail.com. And we can have just a short one-on-one convo about setting up one-on-one one-on-one transformational coaching sessions. And that's where we'll look at how much it'll cost, the overall cost. And we are also looking at there'll be payment plans and stuff with that. So we want to bring in transformation, we want to bring in change, especially for the next half of the year. Today we have the sun and the moon, or they're both in Cancer. The moon has entered into Cancer. It's not a new moon yet until tomorrow afternoon, and it's bringing in that change. It's bringing in an activation of a flow for us all, and getting us to really look at where we are, where our energy's wanting to flow, and honoring us within that flow, honoring us with those energies that are coming in. And this is also where where people might find a lot of judgy people. So judgment's going to come in, but you got a choice. Are you going to go in that energy, or are you going to walk away and say, this isn't mine? Right? So this is really making a stand. And as I was talking about today on my Instagram for the transformations that have changed, hey, my husband decided to come and join me as I'm doing a live. Yes, Steve, come say hi to everybody.
Hi. The phone is not working.
Yes, it is.
I can't make a phone call.
Yes, you can. I don't know why. Like, why now? Like, here, use my phone. Really? Here you go. Just go. So, gotta love my husband. There we go. We'll slide it off. So, changes are being made. Energy is starting to come in to make those changes. And I found, like, since I've had that, I'm going to call it the punch in the heart back in, back a month ago, how the changes are coming in with me. And that's really looking at boundaries, looking at a no bullshit kind of rule of energy that's coming in, where it's like, I maybe more blunt. I don't know if that's, can I become more blunt? Yeah, more blunt, especially with just where before sometimes I would sort of like hesitate to answer people or say things to them, but now it's like, no, coming straight forward and really coming in a very hard, like in a hard way, not in a cruel, demeaning way, but in a way that's um that says, no, this is, I'm not going down that rabbit hole with you, or I'm not going to, that's not what I do, or that's not what, I don't want to listen to that right now. So it's, very similar to what I was talking about a few weeks ago about setting up boundaries and setting up places.
I get the phone.
Just hang on with my husband.
Just give me.
I turned it off and I got to turn it back on. That's what I'm doing. So my husband is disturbing me on this. So this is where I talk about boundaries and having people to have respect for other people when they're doing things, right?
Well, you're in my house. I can't come and say tell you something.
No, you can't. Not when I'm on Scope.
Give me my phone.
Anyways, I'm trying to turn his phone back on, but I can't. It's not turning back on. There we go. You got to wait for it to load. There we go. See the pitter patter and the nitpicking of a relationship, of stepping into where it's like, okay, you know what? I won't go there. I could go down a really deep rabbit hole with that one. But making those boundaries, right? Making that where you really have to look at where you want to put your energy. Is it worth putting my energy in arguing with my husband online? It might make a really good show. That's for sure. I mean, I bet you it'd be very interesting to watch for other people. But it's not really worth my energy to go down that and take my energy down there. It's like I know a few of you are like, oh, just wait till she's after Scope. She's probably going to say a few words to him. But the other part too is that what I found with this, a lot of the changes that have been happening for myself is where I haven't, where I have been feeling a little bit low with my energy, energetically, not in a depressive way, but feeling low and depressed, and sort of finding like, okay, where am I going? What is my next move? And this is where the energy starts to come in, and and in honoring that, I'm creating a whole new kind of way of doing my my approach to working with people, where I want to come in as a personal transformational person, come in as a spiritual love of life coach, and honestly bringing in that coaching element. And that's huge. Yes, you can still book just a plain one-on-one and 1 hour sort of reading, natal chart reading. You could definitely book that. But here's the expansion. It's like, okay, can we move it to something more? Can we move it to something that is going to bring in more for you, more of a influence, in order to help you to create a more positive world for yourself, and being able to take that that charge? Because one of the things that I do notice with for people, and what they're always looking for, is that something more different is calling them. And they just cannot. Thank you, Mateus. I love my family together. They know they cannot get to where they want to on their own. They need to have some kind of support, or somebody who is there to help to guide them and help to go into the inner explorations and expansions. And many times, and doing it on your own, I mean, I've had many coaches and people who've helped me to really step my business up. And here's the thing, it's like, when I was taking some of my coaching, especially business coaching, and my biggest person that I took some of the business coaching was with Leonie Dawson. She's from Australia, and working with Leonie, and was the showing up was the one that says, okay, you want to create a more prosperous, abundant business. What are you doing? And in that, I had to also take some personal looking at my life. What are my blocks from allowing me to step into that abundance, to step into that transformation, in order for me to accept the abundance into my life, to accept what I know this is what I want to do. And that was a big one. That was a big force within me. And I feel, especially with Venus being in Leo coming up, and she is doing that square over to Neptune, is saying, okay, what are the changes are you wanting to make in this mundane world? Are these changes going to be disruptive? Probably. Yeah, they are going to be disruptive. But how are they going to be beneficial down the road? How is that going to benefit you and those around you in a loving, positive way? Venus. And as Venus had that talk to Pallas Athena with ideas, and Pallas Athena, that Athena energy coming in very strong, saying, you know what? This is, you got some really good ideas, but maybe this isn't working for you right now. Maybe this isn't the right road. And with Athena being in Pisces, man, that is like the best guidance, because she isn't hard-headed. She is coming from a place with more compassion and understanding than she usually does. And with that conversation with Venus, and Pluto is saying, okay, if you really want to work on this, you want to create this, I can help you, but I'm going to make you hold the line. I'm going to make you hold to your truth. And in holding to your truth, and you don't hold to your truth, yeah, there's going to be consequences. Consequences in a way that says, that maybe going back to self-sabotaging, or maybe you're going to be feeling low about yourself, or maybe you're going to stumble over something because you didn't hold to your truth. So that's where this, even with this energy coming in today and building up to this new moon in Cancer, it's holding yourself to your truth because you want to honor and love yourself. Cancer is an energy of love. It is an energy of emotion. It is an energy of making those changes because it is rapid water. It is that energy of saying, let's go. You want to make the changes. Yeah, there might be a boulder, but you know what? We will work through this. We will do this gently, but we will be consistent in our growth. We will be consistent in where we want to proceed. And that is this new moon. This new moon is activating the changes that are coming forth. This new moon is activating the energies within us to say, yes, I'm embracing this fully and completely with all my soul. I'm coming forth to step into the water, allow for the cleansing, to take away those blocks that are no longer needed. I thank them. I release them, so I can step into the transformation and changes. In there, yes, there is uncomfortableness. Yes, there is where you got to get uncomfortable. You got to get to that place where it is uncomfortable. If you're sitting in a place that you are saying, I really don't know if I really want to make those changes. Not at this time. I got, I have, it's like people going back into the office after working from home. I mean, there's been a lot of little videos and stuff about that, but it is stepping in and making those changes. And sometimes it can bring in where the changes that you do, and even for myself, are huge. They might not, or that you look at them and they are huge, but you might not notice how huge they are until after about 4 weeks. And you're like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, it's been a month since that new moon. It's been a month since I sat in the hospital and, getting all these things done and looked at. And it's been where I've had to almost, and I did sort of step back into some habits there. And then it just didn't feel right. It didn't feel right. And it didn't sit with me right. So I stopped. And where I got from Archangel Ariel, if you want to make the changes, you got to be consistent every day. And that was a big message. If you want to do, and if you want to start creating a yoga practice, I love yoga. Yoga's a love-hate relationship with me. Sometimes I love it. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I swear at it because the downward dogs I think are, can be ridiculous. But there is something within that, my yoga practice, that helps to center me. And in doing that yoga practice, it's teaching me that it's not always go, 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 go. That you have to take that time to restore your energy. You have to take that time to balance out your muscles and allow for your body to become in alignment. And in taking that time to do that, and taking that time in the morning to create this practice, is allowing me to be more flexible. It is allowing for me to be more understanding, and also to say, no, that's not in my alignment anymore, nor am I going to put up with it. And that's where this, that's where, for me, the energy since from the new moon to this new moon has brought me to, this is stepping into a huge new adventure. And knowing that, right now, my, sometimes I feel mentally low, not to be clinically depressed, but, in that low point of, okay, I need to go sit in the water for a while. I need to I need to nourish my own self. And you might be feeling the same way, that you need to nourish your body. You need to nourish your essence and come into that cleansing of the water. And that's what's so beautiful about this. That's the beauty of this energy. And as we go through this new moon energy, as we walk through this energy of this new moon, we will step into the fire. And the fire is Leo. And the fire of Leo helps us to really ground in our passion. Because Leo's fixed. Leo isn't a spark. It isn't Sagittarius, which is that little flame that pops all over the place and boom, 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 boom. It is that fixed energy of our passion, our fixed energy of where are we going to center this so that we can create a place in the hearth. So the hearth is the heat or the heart of the home, in order for us, because we're coming from home, we're coming from Cancer, which is home, into the hearth, which is that of our inner creativity, into a flow of our passion and love. And as we come into that love, as we step into that, we begin to say, you know what? This is my boundaries. This is where I need to be. I am not partaking in that bullshit over there. And if someone doesn't like the energies, or does not like as I'm stepping forward within this power, that's okay. That's okay. And that's where you step into and say, you know what, that's okay. Because it's not only me, there's a lineup of beautiful energetic energies of people and of spirits and of goddesses and angels that are coming forth with this energy and saying yes, because we are being called from the earth, and we are being called by the mother earth, Gaia, because she cannot continue going in the way that she's going. She cannot, continue doing what she's been doing. She needs our help. And through doing our help, how do we do it? Well, one, we got, Here's my personal transformational coaching and mentorship. This is where you step in and say, hey, you know what? I do want that one-on-one. I do need to have that, that person who's going to have me accountable for what I need to do. That's a big one. That's a huge one, because being accountable is number one in your life. And if you're not being accountable, if you're not, stepping up to the plate, then you're going to find that you're all over the place, that you're not in your alignment. You're like this kite doing, these following a current. You're up over here, and then you're flying over here, then you're landing, and you're out of it. You're out of wind, right? Here we are. This new moon, it's saying, let's step into it. We're ending the eclipse season. We're ending that energy with the eclipse, and we're coming in to a spiritual unawareness. We're coming into a place where we're saying, yeah, I can see where things are no longer in alignment because the eclipse took it away. I am coming into a place where I'm able to hear things a lot more clearly. Mercury's out of shadow, moving forward. I'm in a place where Venus is saying, yes, I understand it's hard because Uranus wants me to change and do things in a whole new different way. And maybe I don't like it and it feels uncomfortable, but that's okay. And Mars taking that fierceness of saying, yeah, we are forging forward in a place and in a land that we need to stand firm. That's the powers of the energies coming forward. Tomorrow evening, I'm going to be hosting at 7 o'clock tomorrow evening, and you can join me. You can let me know. I'm going to do a little spiritual dance energy for this new moon. It's not going to, I'm going to play, I'm going to have music. This isn't, this is not for you to sit and watch other people dance. This is where you come in and you're going to participate. This is to get up and move with the music and allow your energy to release. So tomorrow evening, we're going to have, and I didn't know another name for it, but I'm calling it a spiritual dance. It is, I'm going to put it up by donation if you want to come, minimum of $10 donation. And I'll be putting that up on my Facebook wall if you are wanting to join. It's going to be for about an hour or so. But it is going to be where we are moving into that new energy, into the rushing energy of not only of the water, but of that of coming in, because, Leo energy is going to be just around the corner, right? So I know it's only July the 8th. I understand that. But in 2 weeks from this date, we have a full moon in Aquarius. That's a whole new kettle of fish. Oh, where two rivers come together. Candace, if you could stand in the middle of those two rivers coming together and do a manifestation ritual. Oh my God, I'm getting emotional. Oh, I'm getting emotional, Candace. That is power when you have two rivers that meet together, or where you have the rivers that flow into the ocean. Have you ever been where the rivers flow into the ocean? It is. When I was on Gambia Island years ago, and I was taking a youth leadership program, and there is we walked along the beach, and then the river was flowing down, and as the river was flowing down, it was fresh, it was beautiful water, clean, like you could actually just take it, right, and drink it, right. Lisa's saying to you, she's on Facebook, and she says, oh my, so cool, Candace. That power of that river going into the ocean is very powerful. Also, there's that transformation, because all of a sudden it's going from fresh to salt, right, and bringing in a purification into the water. And I stood in that water, and the one guy I was with at who was there, actually he was from Birmingham, England, and he said to me, he goes, hey MJ was, everybody called me MJ at the time, and they said, put 1 foot in the river and 1 foot in the ocean. And he goes, and then just put your, yes, this is ibuprofen. Yes. And hold your, everybody in my family is showing up today. Put your hands out like this. Like Jesus, just put your hands out and feel if you feel a difference from your left to your right. And of course, I think I was like 17 or something like that. And so I went and I stood in the water and I thought, oh, this guy's kooky, it's like, this is supposed to be and I went, oh my God, I could actually feel the flow of the ocean and then the flow of the river coming through me. It was just the coolest thing. But when the two meet, it's a power, it's a surgence of, of this energy of transformation and change. And as they come together and meet into one, it's like the Bow River actually flows all the way into the Pacific Ocean. So you think about all of that water going down into the Pacific Ocean, into the, bringing in, so you can send down your energy so it can be washed away. It can be washed away. So whatever is holding you, allow for that change to happen. And bring that change, because water, and this is Cancer, right? This is Cancer energy. Cancer energy is powerful. And it is an energy because, my moon's in Cancer, my ascendant's in Cancer. It is stepping into that motherly, beautiful energy to bring forth the change that you wish to have within yourself. And that's where power is. Water is, water is transformational. Like if you look at, when we look at the many elements, all the elements are transformational. Yes, I know. But when you look at the two, water and fire, to me, those are the biggest of transformational energies, right? Water brings in that cleansing, brings in that newness and renewal. Same with the fire. Fire brings in the passion. Fire sometimes has to burn away. It can be, within the heat, but through that energy, both can be brutal. Both water and fire can be brutal, yet it can bring in such beauty and new growth, right? Jarrett's Cancer and now Cow's fish, so that I think this will be, yeah. Oh yeah, I think this is, it'll be very, for you, it's like almost even taking your chair and sitting it in the middle of the water. I'm just going out with my lawn chair in the middle of the river. That's fine. I'll be okay. And even bring out some, if you do any sketching or anything like that, bring out your sketchbook. Bring out that, for yourself, so that you can sort of connect and just doodle. I that, to me, that is so, that's going to connect you. And here's another piece. Here's another piece that I think is cool, because it goes to the Pacific Ocean. Where does the Pacific Ocean flow to? I mean, yes, there's many currents and everything else, but it's sent. You can also send a message home if you want. Through the middle of the mountain, with fresh water that'll flow eventually into the river, into the ocean, and from the ocean's currents, taking that message, going through all the way through the passageways to home, and sending it and asking for that energy from home to come through you and fill you, and allow for those winds to ignite you. Whew, just getting shivers with all of this. This is so fabulous. And I'm going to suggest that for all of you, if you are wanting to make those changes within yourself, this is a beautiful time to go to the river. I'm just going to take a look. Oh, it's funny. I pulled up a picture of the river. What am I doing? Okay. Well, it's going to be 30. So on Saturday, because I don't think I have anything on Saturday, I'm going to probably take some time. I'm going to go by the river also. Something's definitely coming up. My guides are always around, but They're making themselves known right now. Yeah, because they're kicking your ass. That's what they're doing. They say, "What have you been doing?" So coming into this energy of a new moon. So tomorrow evening, if people are wanting to join me, I'm going to have a spiritual dance on tomorrow evening at 7. That's going to be my spiritual dance. And I'm also taking orders. I'm taking orders right now for people who want to come in and do personal transformational mentoring and coaching, and booking now for one-on-one starting from August to December, to the first week of December. So working on the last half of this year, which will be very, very transformational, very encouraging to you all. Oh, so excited. So excited. That just rejuvenated me. So I'm going to send you guys out so much love and having a blessed day. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being a part of my day. Let's make it a transformational day. Let's step into this energy of power and transformational energy. And I'm not so angry at my husband anymore for disrupting me. So that's a good thing. Got to go through that. See how emotions can move? I mean, that could have disrupted where I could have been like, rah, 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 and it's like, why? Why? It's like, whatever, it's done. It was a comic release for other people, so they enjoyed it. And with my family coming in and out. But that's what a live is, right? The live is, that's what it's all about. Bringing in comical entertainment for you all. So may the Lord and the Lady watch over and bless each and every one of you in all that you say and all that you be and all that you do. Have a blessed one, everybody, and enjoy your day. Blessed be everyone. Bye-bye.